Hello everyone, I welcome you for 30 days masterclass series in electric vehicle design using MATLAB Simulink. Today is day 13. Topic is a permanent magnet synchronous motor speed control in MATLAB Simulink. I welcome you everyone here. Yes, I welcome Prince, Ramaturi, Arvind Shoni, Gautam, Praveen, Mohammed, Vikash, Venkata Sunita. Welcome participants. Vikash Kumar, Arshi Reddy, Devi, Kiran, Amin Raj, Sharif Shaif, Karthik. Very good evening. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you please comment? Thank you. Welcome Sujit. Welcome Gaurav, R. Mugilan, Rajesh, Darshan, Sheikh Salim. Yes, thank you. Thank you, participants. About the Pantech is a educational equipments manufacturing company. From Pantech, you can get lab equipments for triple ECE, computer science, IT, AI, and then IoT related products. And our vision is to help 10 million students to learn the technology in easy way. So far, we have trained about 1.5 lakh students. An announcement, you will have a certificate which is shared in the live chat, so don't rush it. So you will get a attendance form at 7:30 p.m. so don't rush it. And you have to submit 25 days attendance to get a webinar participation certificate, so free webinar participation certificate. And on internship batch 2 is going to close tomorrow, so use this coupon code to get your discount batch 2 EV. And so far we have covered MATLAB introductions, vehicle introductions, and then force and then power calculations and power converter designs we finished, and DC motor and BLDC motor, induction motor. So three motors we have covered. So now you got some idea about these three motors. Do you have any questions on these three motors? If you have any questions, you please comment. Very good evening, Vanilla, Kushal, Sasi Sudhakar, Sai Sudhakar, Mohit, Mohammed, Maideen, Chetan, hello, Hariharan, very good evening, Nishant. If you have any questions about a DC motor, brushless DC motor, and then induction motor, you please comment so that we can move next topic, a permanent magnet synchronous motor. Warm welcome. No sir, it's clear. Thank you, Mr. Gautam. AP World, why you are not attending the call? See, actually, we don't have much time to attend the call, so please send a WhatsApp message. We'll keep on reply you. So please send a WhatsApp message. If you have not received a WhatsApp reply, then after the live I will reply you. Want recorded classes in the internship? You can get the recorded classes. What software is used for motor design and then simulation? For motor design, like a mechanical design, you can use ANSYS software. Very good evening, everyone here. For internship student, you please visit the internship portal. In the day one, there is a internship VIP WhatsApp group. You can access. BLDC motor speed control. So please ask your questions actually for again explanation. You please refer the previous video. Yesterday class is still there, so you can ask your. My number. I just take this number. This is my WhatsApp number. So probably by tomorrow morning you can expect my reply. 98409744088. WhatsApp VIP group will be available on day one classes. So you please check your internship portal. If you have any questions about a DC motor, BLDC motor, and then PM is induction motor, so please ask your questions. What is the main difference between DC motor and then brushless DC motor? Please comment in the comment box. What is the main difference between DC motor and then BLDC motor? Are you planning any session with the hardware components? Yes, the last two sessions are only the hardware components. So this two sessions, yeah, these two sessions is the hardware components only. Very good evening. Sensor, commutator, yes, exactly. Any other difference? Commutator, yes. No brushes under BLDC motor, yes, of course. What is the difference between BLDC and then induction motor? What is the difference between BLDC and induction motor? Yes, BLDC high speed, stator rotor positions. Great, great. Noiseless, exactly, Mr. Ramaduri. Noiseless. Yeah, Akhil Singh. Thank you. Yes, Tamari Chelvan. Correct. I appreciate you. BLDC is dizzy. Yes, Mr. Gautam. Thank you. Nature of magnet. Power almost, I mean, you can get a variety of range. Induction motor is a AC motor, right? Yes, exactly, Mr. Shreya. Induction BLDC motor can run at a constant speed, and induction motor slip speed will be there. BLDC also has a point. BLDC has limited kilowatt range, comparably a induction motor. Great, thank you. Thanks for your valuable comments. So keep engaged with this kind of things. Sanjeev Kumar. Yes, I have enrolled the internship, but I'm only attending the live classes. Yeah, it's sufficient, but try to access the internship portal because there only you can get internship materials and then projects. So you have to do the project also. So please access the internship portal. Great, great. Why trucks can operate completely EV? See, actually, truck nowadays actually truck also slowly converting to the EV, whereas the high power vehicles like multi-axle vehicle, high power truck vehicles, and then above the bus graded vehicles needs more amount of energy storage device in the vehicle. So in that case, if you are keep on increasing the number of batteries to store more amount of energy or more amount of power, the weight of the vehicle may goes beyond the level. So in that case, the people are trying to modify the energy storage level. Instead of battery, lithium ion battery, people are trying to incorporate the fuel cell powered vehicles. So in the fuel cell powered vehicles, similar kind of conventional vehicle, like it will be a one cylinder. So if you fill the hydrogen gas, then it will give you a variety of voltage range. So we can generate that voltage range. So with that power, we can drive heavy power vehicles. Thank you. So you have in the internship we have We have extended the bonus content vector control of induction motor and solar PV powered electric vehicle systems. So these two projects I have added in the internship portal exclusive in the EV2, EV 2.0. So try to use this benefit. And yeah, now let us start the topic. Is it possible only by regenerative braking which can the battery equation no charges? Is sir, internship portal is locked. I had purchased internship. So you please contact our team or else you please WhatsApp me your email ID to this number 98409744408. This is my WhatsApp number. So please share your email ID to this number. I will respond you late night. Today late night. Yes. So I welcome you PMSM speed control session. So in this session we are going to discuss what is the PMSM motor and how we can compare and then how we can realize that working principles and type of the PMSM motor and then speed control methods, how we can implement the speed control in the MATLAB demo, and finally we can see the sum of additional applications over the EV applications. So this is the motor which is available in the market. So this is the motor which is readily available in the market. So simply you can buy this motor and then you can use it for your applications. See here you have a terminal called, this is the terminal. So generally these kind of motors comes up with the sensor, right? Traditional motor components called stator and then rotor and sensor. So here the sensor is used to measure the rotor position and then speed sensor, speed of the motor, current. So these two sensors only, these two purpose only the sensor is going to serve you. In addition to that, in the inverter side, the hardware we can keep current sensors to sense the hardware. Motor terminal current as well as the voltage. But by default, the manufacturer will give you motor with the sensor. So generally, the sensor may have a two different scenario. One is called Hall sensors, and another one is called encoders, rotary encoders. So again, in the rotary encoders, there are you can vary the range from 256 and then 512, and similarly 1024, and then 2048. Yes, 2048. So these are all the range of encoders which is widely available in the market. So if you are going to purchase any PMSM motor, so better keep higher range of encoders. So then only you can get a high accurate speed positions, that is the rotor positions. And this is the basic PMSM structure. In the PMSM motor, you have a stator coil. See here, the stator will have a coil and the rotor will have again the permanent magnet, right? So the rotor will have a permanent magnet. So here we have to apply a voltage to this coil. So similar kind of induction motor working principle. So whenever you are applying a voltage to the coil, then the electromagnetic field will get generated in the rotor side because it's a permanent magnet. Okay, so this permanent magnetic field will synchronized with the stator field, stator resultant flux. See here we are in the supply, we are going to apply this kind of voltages. So 120 degree apart voltages, right? So if you apply this voltage, then you will get a resultant voltage will be in the single voltage, like so this kind of voltages. Yes, so the single voltage will be flows into the stator coil, right? So summation of all three voltages will be the resultant voltages. So this voltage will induce the magnetic field in the rotor part also. So this rotor part, suppose if you take this one, so this voltage is rotating in this like this. So in this, so this is called induced voltage. So due to the magnetic permanent magnet which is available on the rotor side, so this will this magnetic field will aligned with the stator supply field. So in that case, the once if the rotor is aligned with the stator, in that case, now we are going to rotate this resultant flux. So this resultant flux will keep on rotate. So due to with respect to this magnitude, then rotor will get activated. So that's why we are calling it a synchronous motor. So this is a synchronous motor. And now let us understand this induction motor as well as the synchronous motor. In the synchronous motor, in the induction motor, so stator will have a coil and then rotor will be a iron bar, iron conducting bar. So there is no any magnet. Whereas in the synchronous motor, not a permanent magnet synchronous motor, synchronous motor. See here the synchronous motor, here the stator will be there. In the stator will have a coil and rotor will have a salient pole rotor. So generally it will be a magnetic, electromagnetic material, and this rotor also will have a coil. So now you have to apply a DC excitation to the coil. So this is synchronous motor, not a permanent magnet synchronous motor, just a synchronous motor. Okay, and the rotor also has two different type of rotors. So now let us take the salient pole, and whenever you are exciting, whenever you are applying excitation voltage to this rotor, so this rotor will get aligned with the stator. So now you can vary the stator frequency. So based on the stator frequency, the rotor will get rotated. So that's why we are calling it a synchronous motor. And whereas in the induction motor, suppose if you take 50 hertz, so if you take a 50 hertz, so the speed is equal to 120 f by p. So the speed, this is the synchronous speed. Okay, so synchronous speed. But whereas the rotor speed will not be this much. So the rotor speed always will be some percentage, like a 2 to 3% slip will be there. So that's why if you are going to buy any motor, induction motor in the market, so they will clearly mention the maximum speed. So generally it will be like a 1430 or 1460 rpm, so like that. But the synchronous speed will be 1500. Whereas in the synchronous motor, so the synchronous motor, so if you are applying a 50 hertz, the rotor speed will be like 1500 rpm. If you are reducing the frequency, then automatically the rotor speed also will get reduced. Right? Is it clear? So this is the main difference between induction motor and then synchronous motor. Second one, you have to apply additional excitation voltage to this rotor. Yes. Any more doubt? Is it clear? If you're clear, please comment in the comment box. Super clear. Thank you, Lakshay Tiwari. Thanks for your comment. For internship, you have a WhatsApp group, so please join in the internship WhatsApp group. Thank you, Gautam. So that's my WhatsApp number, so please check once again. Actually, my WhatsApp got completely full there, so it may take some time to reach it. Yeah, thank you participants, thank you. So now let us move to the synchronous motor and then permanent magnet synchronous motor. See here, the synchronous motor has a coil, right? So the synchronous motor has a coil, whereas the permanent magnet synchronous motor does not have any coil. So it's a permanent magnet, right? So this is a one magnet and this is another magnet. So now if you apply a voltage, to the coil, then the resultant flux will induce to the magnet. So this magnet will synchronize with the stator supply frequency. Then the resultant flux keep on vary like this. So they keep on vary. So this rotor will follow this angle. So that's why we are calling it as a permanent magnet synchronous motor. So the advantages is we can avoid the excitation. Second excitation we can avoid. And next one, due to this second excitation, so here the loss, noise performance of the motor is huge. And one more advantage, see here, due to the presence of permanent magnet, so generally it will be a nickel, there are neodymium magnet will be there. So that due to that magnet, inside the motor, so the torque level is enormous. So you cannot compare the previous motors. So that is the biggest advantage in permanent magnet synchronous motor. So that's why people are using like four-wheelers and multi-axle vehicle, high power vehicles. People will always choose a PMSM motor. Whereas you can choose the synchronous, switch reluctance motor also. But the switch reluctance motor has some performance issues like noises and then coggling. So that vibrations is again it's a debatable point. If you are choosing the SRM comparatively PMSM, right? And so if you compare the BLDC with the PMSM, so both the motors are the synchronous motors because the motor speed will be based on the stator supply frequency, right? And second one, the rotor magnet poles try to catch the stator magnetic poles. So two magnetic poles will get synchronized and it will keep on follow the stator magnetic pole, right? And whereas if you compare these two motors, so BLDC motor has a DC power input because the excitation we have to consider as electronic commutations, right? And then the flux density will be the square flux density, and then the back EMF will be the trapezoidal back EMF. Wherever the back EMF is a sinusoidal back EMF, so during that point and due to that behaviors, the motor will deliver excellent performance because generally if you take a magnetic field, so if you take a magnetic field, so always if you draw the magnetic field curve, the magnetic flux linkage must be equal to the sine flux density. Because if you take a flux linkage waveform, see the flux saturation may happen. Suppose if you are applying square pulses, see here the square pulses comparatively trapezoidal waveform, right? If you apply the square flux linkage, see here during this transient period there is no any issue. Whereas for this region, so in this region the flux linkage may reach the saturation point. Because always it needs a flux variations. If there is a constant flux, then the flux linkage will get saturated. So due to that portion, there may be a chance in to the torque ripples and the torque coggling. So everything may happen. But that is the only disadvantage between the BLDC and then PMSM. So other than this, there is no any issue. And the next one. So that is that controlling BLDC is less complex about the controlling mechanism, whereas the induction PMSM has quite complex. So you have to keep on calculate the rotor magnetic pole. So that rotor magnetic pole you have to verify with the rotary encoder, or else you have to use any Hall sensors to sense the rotor position, right? And here the torque level and then power level, so both are maximum constant due to the trapezoidal back EMF and the sinusoidal back EMF. So sinusoidal will give you a better performance than the trapezoidal back EMF. That is the main disadvantage difference between this BLDC as well as the PMSM. And now let us check the PMSM constructions. See here in the PMSM two type of constructions are there. One is called see here this portion. So this is this portion. Let us take this is 1 and then this is 2. See here this first model has a rotor is a inside inner rotor, and second model has a rotor is a outside rotor. So you can model as a hub motor type also, right? And the coil will be placed in inside of the stator, and similarly for the rotor. right? So this is two type of motors you can get it from the market. And so now internal structure of the motor. See here, this is the stator coils which is placed, and then the rotor coils will be a permanent magnet. So this is generally it's a neodymium magnet. So neodymium magnet has a high magnetic power, so that's why people are using. And again, based on the magnetic material placement, we can again further classify into various types. So how you can vary the type? See here, this one is a surface mount and another one is the interior mount. See here, this is the motor comes with the surface mount magnet. Similarly, that is the interior magnet. So now you have an option to change the magnet size and placement of the magnet. So with that one, actually latest EV vehicles, all vehicles comes up with the interior permanent magnet synchronous motor. So people will mention like PMSM, like that people will mention interior permanent magnet PMSM, right? So the Tesla motors comes up with this kind of motors only, this kind of motors. So now based on the rotor magnet placement, we can further classify. So this is the basic structure. Again, there with the slight modifications. Again, few more slight modifications. So you can do any design with the rotor permanent magnet placements. So for each and every type, the motor will give you the different performance. So by this method also, you can improve your motor performance. So the PMSM characteristics, there is no any spark for the safer operations while if it is in the explosive environment, and then clean and then fast, highly efficient motors, and runs without position sensors encoders also. See here, if you are implementing FOC method, so you can run this motor without the encoders. See, actually always if you are using the motors for motor control for with encoders, so in that case there is a chance of physical damage in this encoder side, because the moving part is placed, right? So over the period the encoder maybe get affected with with the performance, or else the physical damage, anything may happen. Whereas suppose if you are implementing the FOC method, so we won't bother about the sensor data. So we will keep on monitor the stator current and then stator voltage. So with that two parameter, we can verify the algorithm, and we can generate a pulse controlling pulse width modulation, and more compact than the other motors. If you are implementing FOC control, so here the FOC vector control, so here you can get optimal torque. So this is the optimal torque. So in that case, you can get a better torque performance, the PMSM. So low audible noise, and then better EMI interferences, so everything is, you can get it. So now how we can implement the speed control? See here, if you take a three-phase induction motor, simply if you are connecting a motor to this ROB network, so the motor will start to run. Similarly for the power circuit, and then you can bulb and then fan on that. So you can simply connect to the three-phase network, then device will get turned on. Whereas if you are connecting the in the synchronous motor, PMSM motor, so it won't run. So we need a special drive, right? So with the drive only we can run this motor. So how you can develop a drive? So again the same motor control algorithm. So first you have to sense the Hall sensor. So suppose if you are going to implement a sensor based control, so Hall sensors. So with the Hall sensors, it may be like a rotary encoder. And from the rotary encoder we have to calculate the speed of the motor and then rotor position. So again with the speed we have to generate an error signal with the PI controller. So from this PI controller we have to generate a sine pulse width modulation. So there is a DQ-DT theory is there. So with the help of that theory we can generate a three-phase optimal control reference signal. So let us check in the MATLAB demo how we can generate that signal. And this is very simple open loop PMSM motor. So this open loop always will give you very poor performance. Whenever you are implementing the closed loop algorithm, then only you can get a better performance. So now I am going to open the MATLAB. Already I have developed the model. So here this is the basic logic. So I took some voltage like 400 voltage, and this is the inverter, universal bridge inverter, and this is the three-phase bridge pulse generator. So two level pulse generator. So simply I have chosen this one, this rating. So it's a being an open loop, right? So this is the measurement block. So three-phase voltage and current measurement block. And this motor is a permanent magnet synchronous motor. So by default, just to go to the library browser and go to the Simscape and go to electrical specialized power systems here, and fundamental blocks. Yeah, see here the machines. So already we have seen that BLDC, so same motor only we have to choose. So this is the PMS, a permanent magnet synchronous motor. Just to drag this motor and then keep in your workspace. Now you have to vary the one. So instead of trapezoidal, you have to choose the sinusoidal one, right? So you have to choose the sinusoidal. If you are choosing the sinusoidal, then this motor will act as a synchronous motor. If you are choosing the trapezoidal, then this motor will act as a BLDC motor. There is no any more difference between these two motors, right? So now you have to connect the load torque. So initially you can connect whatever you want, the final value -10 or 0. Here keep it 1. So now if you run the simulation, then you can get a output. So it's it's an unregulated voltage, right? So you always the PMSM needs a regulated voltage. So that's why the speed is rotor speed is huge differences. So now we have to actually the motor will run, but it will run with huge variations, right? So by default the current shape is a sine waveform, right? So in the BLDC it will be a trapezoidal one. So now we have to implement the closed loop mechanisms. So this is the closed loop mechanism. The same logic here, instead of the inverter, we are going to use the power source, that is a voltage controlled power source. So how we can control the voltage power source? Here just to take the PMSM motor, sinusoidal 3-phase round and other things. No need to change anything. First you have to measure sense the current, that is the rotor current. Okay, stator current A, B, C. So the 3 currents we need, right? So this 3 current we need. So this is called the actual motor current. And after that rotor speed. So the rotor speed is, since it's a 4-pole machine, I am multiplying with 4. So this is the 4-pole motor, right? So that's why I am choosing this 4-pole motor. It's multiplied by 4, right? So this is the motor speed. So from this speed I am comparing with the reference speed. So let us take a 700 radian per second. So in that case, just take this one. So now we are going to control this reference. We are going to compare these two value, and you are getting, finally you may get a error signal, right? So this error signal will give you the reference current. So the error signal PI value will give you the reference current. So the maximum current you can check it. So this is a trial and error method. I have kept this value. So just to note down this value, and output saturation, actually, which means that I am going to allow this current from positive 30 to negative 30. So this is the limit of the current. So now we got the current value, that is the IQ current, and we need that is ID, IQ, and the 0 theta. So this is the three reference value we have to get it. So by default, if you compare the PI value, then you can get a reference current. That reference current can be considered as a ID reference. So for the IQ current, for ID and then I naught, we can take it as a 0 value. So we can take it as a zero value, right? So IQ reference and then ID reference, I naught reference and then theta. See here the theta we are taking from the rotor angle, right? The encoder will give you the theta value, right? So now here you are combining all these four signals. So U1, U2, U3, U4, right? So here we are going to measure the value. So U1 into cos theta plus U2 into sin theta, right? So here the U4 signal and then U3 signal, U4 theta and then U3 I naught value, right? So like that you have to do the formula. So this is simple formula, just to take note on this formula, and this is for the A function. Similarly for the B functions, so you have to add the 120-degree phase shift. So each and every theta you have to introduce a 120-degree phase shift. Similarly for the C phase, again two more you have to introduce the again one more 120 from the previous one, right? So like that you have to get a value. So from now we got a IDQ to ABC current reference. So now this ABC current, this is the reference ABC current, and now we are measuring this motor sensor value. So this is the actual motor current sensor. So now we are comparing these two currents. So this is the actual current and this is the reference current. So three ABC current we are getting, right? So now we are comparing these two currents. So with positive and negative one, again we are limiting. So here whenever the switches is varying, like the value error value is 0.05 to minus 0.95, then we are allowing, we are generating the terminal voltage, that is like VABC voltage. So we have a two current, one is called the actual motor current and the other one is the reference current. So from this reference current we are generating the voltage. So this is a controlled voltage signal, right? So just take this note. And similarly for the second one, so you just download this file from the portal and then you can use it for your research purpose. So like that you have to apply, right? So this is the same range you have to generate. And so now from this value, see here I just add these two things, then you can get a controlled voltage source. This is the controlled voltage source, right? So based on this input signal, so by default it will be VA, VB, VC activate 1 to plus 1 to 150 to minus 150. So in that case the peak to peak will be 300 range. So whenever you are adding, suppose if you are, this is the 155 and this is 100, so in that case 255 is the per phase voltage. So this 255 will directly add it to the voltage, and so due to this one, then we can get a controlled ABC voltage. So VA, VB, VC. So this controlled voltage is now we are going to apply to the motor. So this controlled voltage is going to apply to the motor. So finally you may get a voltage. Whereas if you are running the, if you practice that three-phase induction motor and then DC motor and then VLDC motor, if you compare this graph with that one, that is the torque graph, so this will give you the finite torque. Yeah, see here 700 rpm, so it's keep on running that 700 rpm. So even though if there is a load disturbances, actually here we have varied the load torque. So here we have varied the load torque at 0.04. So 0.04 we have varied. But see here the 0.04 the torque has reduced, but the speed is limited. The speed is perfectly it's running. So like this we can implement the closed loop mechanism. So so this concept little bit tough. You please keep rewatch the video and then try to get the practice. Yes. So like that we can implement the closed loop mechanism for the PMSM motor control, and still this is very basic control. Still there are a few more controlling mechanism also there. So I will try to include in the next series. So this is already scheduled session. So let us check one by one. And applications of the DC PMSM motor, you can use it for the EV applications. Other than this, AC drives, automated guided vehicles, that is AV vehicles, and then heating purpose, ventilating purpose. For these applications, you can use it. And now you can ask your questions. The 1 month internship function is still going on, so you can use it for the this coupon code. So batch 2 EV. So till tomorrow you can join in the batch 2. So if you use this coupon code, you can get a 409 rupees as a discount. You can reach 590 rupees. So now you can ask your questions. Thank you, Mr. Shekhar. Thank you, Narasimhan sir. Thank you, Nishant. Thank you, Baruni. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Thank you, Gautam. What is the method to know magnet poles? See, actually, magnet poles. If you check the previous class, I have given you the animated video how the magnetic poles aligned with the stator poles. You please check that one. Thank you, Rifas. Thank you, Abhishek. Thanks for your valuable comments. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Swami. Madhavi. What is the internship portal? Thank you, Mohammed. Internship portal, just visit this website, pantechelearning.com. So just visit there and then log into our portal, then you can access it. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you. What is encoder? Encoder is a kind of sensor to sense the rotor position. Anup, is there any course for only motor control and then control motor design? We are going to launch all FOC motor control for EV applications probably in couple of months. Please keep engaged with the entire social media account. You can get it. Thank you, participants. Thank you, Vikar Ahmed. How it will be self-started? See, actually here there is no any second excitation is required. So whenever you are applying the stator supply, due to the permanent magnet, it's excited. Why we not give supply directly to the PMSM motor? See, actually the PMSM motor, you have to align the stator back EMF, right? So then only the rotor will get the rotor will get started. Otherwise, it will not get started. High time. See, actually this live video will be available only for 3 days. Next 3 days. Why are you using electromechanical PMS block? That motor only be available in the MATLAB. Thank you, Yash. If you compare induction motor and then PMSM motor, so PMSM is a better one. Even though if it is a complex control, but PMSM will give you a perfect one. Electromechanical PMSM, just visit the Simulink library. Visit the Simulink library. I think electrical sensors, electromechanical. Here, like this, you can identify. Actually, again, for the higher version of the EV course, we may try to implement this Simscape electric motors also. But this is a since we are going to concentrate on the controlling methods, so we took this one. We took some power system block sets. Where the use of PMSM in EV, so that is the main motor. In powertrain motor, the PMSM is there. Any assignments are there in the internship? Yes, there are some assignments are listed, so please check. How back EMF increase or decrease the effects on motor? See, actually, the back EMF will not affect the motor performance, so it will give you the rotor position. Will you arrange more webinars about mechanical subjects? It's very useful. Yeah, your point noted, Mr. Yash Agarwal. So let me think. Sanchit, can you compare all the motors together? Yeah, tomorrow in the tomorrow class I will give you one slide. So in that slide you can get more about those things. How to choose the motor based on the cost and then performance, everything. If time permits, I will share you some slides in the group. How to implement FOC? That is the biggest topic. So in the webinar, it is not scheduled. So if you need separate support, then I can give you the separate support. It's a custom support, so the charge will be less. The charge will be applicable. If you compare sensor method, sensorless method, sensorless always better. In the induction motor, there is no any backing off. Yeah, Siraj, actually, the 10 projects I am giving you the demonstration, right? So you have to follow the demonstration and then keep get benefit. Thank you, Samita. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you, Raghavendra. Thank you, Abhishek. Thanks for your valuable feedback. So, if possible, please share your video feedback. So it will help me a lot. Thank you, Tamara children. Which is better, EV or CNG? CNG, again the same scenario. There is no infrastructure in the CNG vehicles. I'm not getting, Mr. Sherry. Your question is I'm not able to understand. Please repeat the question. Thank you, Indumati. Thank you, Ravi. Better EV is the best one. Thank you, Shreya. Attendance link. I will share you the attendance link after this live in this video comment box. Thank you, Khan. I enrolled the internship. Those who are all enrolled to the internship, they will all the people can get internship certificate. You don't worry about that one. Yeah, Kundan Patil, if you need recorded classes, please enroll into the internship, because actually for a free event we can give this much support only in the YouTube. So don't put us embarrassing moment. Thank you, Harshit. Yes, thank you, participants. Thanks for your valuable comments. Thank you, Manila. Thank you. So, if you are interested in the internship, you please join in the internship. See, actually, Pradeep, today morning I shared you the reference paper for DQ ABC conversions. So please check your email. Today morning I shared you some PDF. Please check. Aditya, please WhatsApp your email ID to this to my WhatsApp number. So this is my WhatsApp number. So please WhatsApp your email ID. I will respond you late night, not immediately. So it will take 2 to 3 hours time. To get the internship certificate, you have to wait until September 22nd, because till that, September 22nd only the 30-day class is going to end. To use, please wait. Discount number. So discount code is, that is the batch 2 EV. So this is the discount code. So please use this code. Discount code batch 2 EV. If you have any more questions, you please ask me. Suggest power electronics book. So tomorrow I will include the book, top 3 books for the power electronics in the email. Is there any other free webinars? Yeah, it's there, Mr. Tarun. We are going to launch masterclass on IoT. If you have any more questions, you can ask me. Certificate, you can get a certificate on September 25th. Any single phase induction motor used in EV, see, actually for the prototyping people may use, but single phase induction motor is not advisable. Thank you, Anuj. Will you conduct webinars on power electronics exclusively? Yeah, we may conduct sometime. Thank you, Suprita. Thank you. Thank you, Tamre Chelvan. Thank you, Sai Sudhakar. Batch 1, batch 2 is different, because actually we are going to schedule a live FAQ for the internship people. Probably by coming week you may get the email. So for that one we will conduct on batch wise. So batch 1 FAQ and then batch 2 FAQ. So like that. So for that reason only we are running this batch. Attendance form is in the top of the chat, so please check. After this live, the video will not be available, so please check. Thank you, Lavanya. Encoders are used to sense the motor rotor positions. In the LMS portal, you have to log in with your login credentials. Generally, while you are making the payment, you have given your account. To use that account, or else you just use the forget password. And still, if you are facing any problem in the internship portal login, so please WhatsApp your email ID. I will give you the support. So this is my WhatsApp number. So please WhatsApp your email ID. If you are the internship student, so please WhatsApp your email ID. Yeah, Sai Sudhakar, you can leave the class. If you have any questions, you please ask. Yeah, Shubham, if you are enrolled in the internship, so you have to log in into the LMS portal. So pantechelearning.com. So you have to log in there, and then you have to access all the internship content. Thank you, Gajendran. Thank you, Manish. Thank you, Tarun. Thanks for your valuable comment. So please share your video feedback to my WhatsApp number. In a Tesla, people are using interior permanent magnet synchronous motors. Earlier they have used, but right now I'm not sure, they have not revealed any motor type. Yeah, thank you participants. Thanks for your valuable time here, and thank you once again. So we'll meet you in the tomorrow class. Thank you. Bye bye.